Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Before we begin, in order not to disturb the program, please silence all mobile devices and pagers and cell phones. I am Charles Mouton, Dean of the John Seeley School of Medicine. Please be seated, faculty. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 134th commencement exercises of the University of Texas Medical Branch John Seeley School of Medicine MD program. At this time, we will now stand and join Syncope, a student a cappella group who will lead us in the singing of the Star Spangled Banner, and please remain standing for the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the
Thank you, Syncope. And thanks to the Chamber Brass Quartet for providing music for our ceremony. Chaplain Jennifer Schindler will now give this morning's invocation. Chaplain Schindler.
Good morning. Would you please join me for the invocation? Dear gracious and loving God, we thank you for this day, a day of celebration and remembrance, a day to celebrate all of our accomplishments, a day to look back and remember what it took us to get here, and to look forward to what may be. God, we thank you for those who have supported us along the way. We thank you for the love, dedication, and encouragement of our families and friends. We thank you for the guidance and wisdom of faculty and staff. We ask that you help us to remember and to hold on to any worthy dreams and wisdom that you have instilled within us. Remind us of the excitement of learning and the honor of healing others. Grant us hope for the future, for it is hope that helps keep us going. But God, we thank you that we have finished this part, and we ask that you would bless us as we gather together now to celebrate this magnificent accomplishment. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Schindler. Please be seated. It is with great pleasure to welcome all of you here today. Welcome family, friends, esteemed UTMB colleagues, and especially our John Seeley School of Medicine class of 2024. Today we celebrate you and the tremendous achievement of earning your medical doctorate. I'm overjoyed to see so many excited family members and loved ones here, and I know that we have countless more viewing the ceremony live stream, so welcome to all of you. To all these individuals, I would like to say thank you. Your encouragement has meant a great deal to our graduates. And I know you are extremely proud of them, and they are grateful to your support. This support will continue to be important throughout their medical careers. Please keep being there for them. Thank you for playing this very important role in their lives. Graduates, I know this day has been in your sights for a long time. You've probably been dreaming of this achievement since before you ever set foot on our UTMB campus. Maybe you wanted to be a doctor from a time you were a young child. Maybe a personal experience with illness or injury called you to this career. Perhaps your schooling, you discovered through that an aptitude for science. You knew you wanted to apply your gifts for the betterment of humankind throughout all of medicine. And if we remember the essays correctly, you really, really begged us to let you do this. No matter what the benefits of this you may perceive and events you led you to choose a career in medicine, you have all done the immense work that's required to complete this critical chapter in your training. Every one of you should be very proud of what you have achieved along this journey. And what's more, your class has the distinction of facing some of the challenges no other class has faced. Again, completing all 4 years of medical school in a post-COVID world. Things are really different for this group. When you arrived at UTMB in 2020, it was a frightening, uncertain time for all of us. Just a few short months into the pandemic, medical education looked a lot different than it ever had. I'm sure that some of you second-guessed your decision to pursue medicine. You rightly felt overwhelmed, worried about what the future might hold. Now, 4 years later, I'm so proud of you. You persevered. This experience has reinforced the tremendous value of talented, compassionate individuals who choose to be physicians, who are willing to care for people in times of great need. It showed us that breakthroughs can happen when brilliant minds work together for the common good. And we know that you, as wonderful UTMB alumni, will continue that legacy. Every experience in the past 4 years, whether heartbreaking or hope-inspired, has helped to shape you into the physician you're going to be. This achievement is well worth celebrating. Medical school is always a transformative experience, and even more so when a class has to endure obstacles such as yours. Through this, you've developed greater resilience, perseverance, resourcefulness, professionalism, patience, courage. You've become strong communicators. You've deepened your emotional intelligence. All these are going to be valuable as you embark on the next phase of your training and later on as you start to take care of the patients. And through this period, you've gained a wealth of knowledge, as well as guidance, encouragement, and inspiration from the teachers that sit beside you, all the faculty at UTMB. Do not hesitate to call on your mentors when you seek advice, fall on adversity, or simply want to share your wins. They would love to hear from you to make sure that you're continuing to move forward. Your success is our success, and we will root for you every step of the way. You have seen firsthand what patient-centered compassion looks like. You have practiced it. Through these experiences, you have come to understand that it is essential to what we do as physicians. You have forged unique and meaningful friendships, solidified by the challenges you face together with your classmates. These bonds will last a lifetime. You entered medical school 4 years ago, eager to fulfill your potential. Today, you are stronger, more prepared, creating a version of yourself that's eager to help those in need. Looking ahead, I hope you're just as excited, if not even more so, about what's to come. You get to now move into a defined area in your field of medicine as you go through your next phase of training. Your career in medicine will be rewarding beyond measure. There's no feeling like knowing you have changed someone's life for the better. There's been a statement that I was taught in school. What we do is give our hearts to patients, and we ask for no encomium. Means that we ask for nothing in return. We do it out of the kindness of our heart. And that's what we ask for from our medical students and you now as physicians. And that feeling will stay with you as you continue to change and make the lives better throughout your career. But like so many other experiences that fulfill and reaffirm us, know that this career is a great responsibility. The public expects much from you. The public expects much from us, and we know you will live up to it. There will be hard times, there will be sleepless nights, and tough decisions. You will doubt yourself. You'll find yourselves wondering if you have what it takes to do this work. I'm here to say that you do, and you will. Never doubt your training here at UTMB. Never doubt that it has prepared you to meet these challenges. Graduates, please remember your support system in these times. Lean on your family and friends. Call upon those fantastic educators, your mentors, to help you navigate these challenges. Call upon each other, support each other as you move forward in your careers. Just as you endured a global pandemic while completing medical school, dig deep and find the strength to overcome these challenges. But most importantly, don't lose sight of why you wanted to become a physician. Again, those wonderful words you wrote in your essays, go back and look at them if you have them on your computer. Remember why you chose this path and continue to press on. The world needs you. You have the ability to touch people's lives in amazing and wonderful ways, and you will be a meaningful presence in your patients' lives, their loved ones, your future mentees, because I know you're going to give back to help educate that next generation, right? I have no doubt you fulfill that promise to be present and be a healer for all those you serve. So, as I congratulate you, I think about this wonderful class of 2024 and offer from the leadership here at UTMB our congratulations. Congratulations, class of 2024. I can't leave the podium without looking around and seeing the number of university leaders here that have supported you on this momentous day. Please join me in extending a round of applause and take a moment to recognize and express our gratitude for all the leaders who have helped make this dream of yours possible and supported you, our students. Just a word about the mace that entered our procession. The mace that you noticed at the commencement procession bears the seal of the University of Texas and signifies the power and authority vested in this institution. This year, the mace was entrusted to the care of the Senior Faculty Marshal, Dr. Christiana Rostellini, who is a professor in our Department of Neurology, Microbiology, and Immunology, and Internal Medicine. Thank you, Dr. Rostellini. Our chief faculty marshals this year are Dr. Judith Aronson, who is professor in our departments of pathology and microbiology and immunology, and Dr. Bernard Carnath, who is professor in our department of internal medicine. Thank you. Our other faculty marshals include Dr. Richard Cogasall, who is professor in our Department of Neurobiology, Dr. Miles Farr, who serves as assistant professor in our Department of Internal Medicine, and Dr. Amy Gonzalez, associate professor in our Department of Pediatrics, Dr. Zhong Li, who is a professor in our Department of Surgery, Dr. Ronald Levy, who serves as professor in our Department of Anesthesiology, Dr. Harold Pine, professor in our Departments of Otolaryngology and Pediatrics, Dr. David Reynoso, assistant professor in our Department of Internal Medicine, and Dr. Karen Zotter, professor in our Department of Internal Medicine. Please join me in giving these individuals a round of applause. And now I would like to call upon our esteemed president, Dr. Jochen Reiser, to begin today's events with a special welcome.
Good morning. And what a great morning it is. Welcome, and thank you, Dr. Mouton. I'm honored to welcome everyone to today's commencement ceremony for the University of Texas Medical Branch, John Seeley School of Medicine. For our degree candidate, today marks a major turning point in your lives, the day you transform from medical student to physician. On this day, you truly become part of a profession dedicated to health, healing, and improving the life of others. You have accomplished so much already just to reach this milestone. This includes successfully completing a rigorous medical school curriculum. We can already tell that you will be outstanding physicians by how you have approached your medical education and how you have embraced working as part of a team. Generations of UTMB graduates have come before you in choosing a life of caring, discovering, learning, and teaching. Today, you become part of that incredible team of distinguished professionals as your fellow alumni welcome you to their ranks. We know you are ready, thanks to your demonstrated drive to excel, and also thanks to our dedicated and distinguished faculty members for whom teaching is a passion. Their commitment to your education ensures that you'll be able to provide the best possible care to everyone you serve. And of course, we must always remember the vital support of loved ones. To the family and friends here today, thank you for being there for our students throughout the journey so far and the journey to come. Graduates, as you prepare for the next stage in your lives, I urge you to be both a learner and a mentor in all your professional relationships, with your patients, with other members of the healthcare team, with your community. Listen well, be generous with your knowledge and compassionate in your actions. Be a force for positive change. Seize opportunities and learn from the inevitable setbacks along the way. But mostly, know that all of us at UTMB are so proud of you. I know you will improve the life of others because you have already improved our lives. We cannot wait to see what you do next and throughout your careers. To the newest School of Medicine alumni, I say, congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you, President Reiser. And now I'd like to introduce a distinguished guest who's here today with us. Dr. Ray Callis is an anesthesiologist based in Beaumont, Texas. He's a 2001 graduate of UTMB's John Seeley School of Medicine and currently serves as the 159th president of the Texas Medical Association. Prior to his presidency, Dr. Callis held numerous TMA positions, including President-elect, Board of Trustees Chair, Council on Legislation, and Council on Constitution and Bylaws. He's been involved with TME's TexPAC's Political Action Committee. Dr. Callis is the first TMA Leadership College graduate who served as TMA president. He has participated in the inaugural class of TMA's Young Physician Leadership. He has been drawn to leadership, obviously, ever since, pursuing opportunities with TMA, the American Medical Association, and local county medical societies, and many government organizations. He loves building relationships with lawmakers and policymakers and advocating for patients and physicians. He served his country in the U.S. Navy as a submariner during Operation Desert Storm and has asked to speak to you, our graduating class. So Dr. Callis, please come forward.
Thank you, Dr. Mouton. It's an honor and privilege to stand here in front of all these medical students getting ready to graduate. I'm the 159th president of the great Texas Medical Association, representing over 58,000 physicians and medical students. From time to time, when I was little, UTMB was a second home for me. My father, Dr. Gerald Callis, after receiving his MD and PhD at UTMB, taught anatomy here for over 50 years and received the Ashbel Smith Distinguished Service Alumni Award. He guided countless medical students, just like you, through these halls. My brother and I followed in his footsteps to become physicians. Coming full circle, I received my medical degree here in the same hallways. I walked as a child, and now it's your turn to walk across this stage and become a physician. As I look back upon my own graduation, I had no idea what my future was going to hold, but I knew one thing, being a physician, and what it meant was to lead a life of service. Service to my patients, to my community, to my colleagues, which also includes all of you now. So I will do my best to step into my dad's role and shoes and provide these three areas of guidance to try to help you prepare your walk across this great stage, to get your diploma, and to start your own life of service. First, you need to learn how to build relationships. Being of service means being present for people during good times and in bad. Of course, being the best physician you can be at the moment of need for your patient is so important. But you must also learn to build relationships with colleagues, friends, mentors, students, and members of your own community. All throughout your life, you will be in different stages where you will need guidance and where you also alone will be the guider of someone that's in need. My success is not mine alone, but is built with the guidance and support of mentors, colleagues, and friends. My connections have enabled me to provide help to others when they needed a connection or support. But you need to constantly be making connections, fostering them, and making connections among others to be of service, to learn, and to be the leader of medicine. Second, work on your leadership skills. Striving to be the best possible version of you does not stop just today. There are many opportunities to enhance your leadership skills. I'm a graduating member of the inaugural class of Texas Medical Association's TMA Leadership College, a free 9-month course that gave us rigorous roles to prepare scholars to take leadership roles in organized medicine, their practices, and also in their communities. I am the first alumnus of the program to chair the Board of Trustees of Texas Medicine, and I've served as president of my specialty society and president of our anesthesia group in Beaumont, Texas. I also sit on the Chamber of Commerce and also First Financial Bank Board. But more importantly, I've also been appointed by the governor of the great state of Texas to oversee the Port Authority, and now I sit on Texas Department of Licensure and Regulation, making sure that people practice safely if they're going to touch any Texan. And my last piece of advice for you is to get involved in TMA and its advocacy efforts. God blessed us with the intellect, the skills, and the capability to heal. It is a gift and a responsibility we hold to protect the health of future mankind. We have a responsibility to protect our profession and our patients. You have no excuse. You can join the TMA as a medical student or a resident for free. The TMA will give back to you what you put into it. My first experience in advocacy as a brand new physician back in '02 was getting medical liability reform changed. What that did, it allowed us to bring physicians to the great state of Texas and to take care of chronic and dangerous cases without having a frivolous lawsuit that would ruin the career of medicine. Since that time, we have been blessed since 2003 to be the leaders of medicine in the great state of Texas by bringing physicians more than any other state to take care of patients and Texans in the great state of Texas. Now, it's time for you to start your service. You have been blessed with the greatest of gifts, but also with the greatest responsibility. There is no greater honor and privilege than to take care of patients and their families, and for you to be a part of the solution of the great United States of America. Getting the call to be a physician, no one can take that away. No one. So it's an honor that we now share, and I look forward for your protection of our future. I want to thank you for the honor of standing here today. I wish you the best and brightest future. God bless you and your families, and God bless the great state of Texas. Congratulations, physicians, and congratulations, colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Callis. In deep appreciation of your esteemed presence here today, we are honored to present you with this crystal paperweight adorned with the seal of the university. I would now like to recognize the parents, spouses, family members, and friends of our graduates whose support was so important to make this day possible. Class of 2024, please join me in thanking your supporters, both those who are able to be with us here today and those watching from afar. I would also like to take a moment and acknowledge the extended family here at UTMB, the faculty members. We owe a great deal to our faculty members whose support is essential to our student success. UTMB is home to outstanding scholars, scientists, and clinicians who have instilled in our students the social, moral, and ethical obligations of the profession. Without our outstanding faculty members, UTMB would not be the world-class learning community of which we are so very proud. Please join me in recognizing our John Seeley School of Medicine faculty members. With this milestone, class of 2024, you officially become part of the UTMB alumni family. It is our hope that you will stay connected to your alma mater. Our alumni are a distinguished group who are passionate in their efforts to participate and facilitate rewarding educational experiences for our students. On behalf of the UTMB Alumni Association, Dr. Kevin McKinney, President of the UTMB John Seeley School of Medicine Alumni Association, will deliver a brief message. Dr. McKinney.
Hello, folks. As we gather here today, I am deeply honored to address the remarkable individuals who now stand on the cusp of embarking on their medical careers. My name is Kevin McKinney, a fellow alum of our esteemed institution, a graduate of the class of 1992, and currently serving as the president of the UTMB John Seeley School of Medicine Alumni Association and its board of trustees. As a current UTMB faculty member, I also had the privilege of serving as one of the course directors for the endocrine and reproduction course for graduates. It is with great pleasure that I extend a warm welcome to the class of 2024 and to our ever-growing family of dedicated healers. Today marks a pivotal moment in your lives as you join the ranks of UTMB educated physicians, a legacy that dates back to 1891. And over the years, this institution has graduated over 16,000 students and has played an instrumental role in shaping the landscape of healthcare, not only within the state of Texas, but across the nation and beyond. From the moment you set foot on campus to this significant milestone, the Alumni Association has stood steadfastly by your side, offering support and guidance every step of the way. Whether it was providing you with your first white coat and honor council pen, aiding in exam preparations, or sponsoring various student activities, our commitment to your success has been unwavering. Today, as you embark on the next phase of your journey, we offer you one final gift, the gift of membership into our esteemed association for your first year, and a copy of your match day photo. It is our hope that these serve as tokens of our enduring support and a reminder of the bonds that unite us all across the UTMB community. Undoubtedly, your time at medical school has been marked by unprecedented challenges, none more so than the COVID-19 pandemic. I personally recall all the Zoom sessions that we all had to do during those first 2 years. Yet amongst the turmoil and the uncertainty, you have emerged resilient, armed with the invaluable lessons and experiences that shape the narrative of your medical careers. Your time here at UTMB has not only equipped you with the knowledge and skills to navigate the unpredictable terrain of healthcare, but has also instilled you with the compassion and empathy that lie at the heart of medicine. As you embark on this noble profession, I urge you to remain steadfast in your commitment to excellence, compassion, lifelong learning, sustaining the physician-patient relationship, and advancement of the practice of medicine. Your journey as physician healers has only just begun, and the road ahead may be fraught with challenges, but you know that you carry with you the unwavering support of your alma mater and your fellow alumni. In closing, I extend to y'all my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you for this momentous occasion. May you go forth with courage, humility, and a deep sense of purpose, knowing that you carry the legacy of UTMB wherever you may go. Thank you very much, and best wishes for a bright, fulfilling future ahead.
Thank you, Dr. McKinney. Now I would like to introduce Senior Class Vice President Micah Samuel Murphy, who will present the Gold-Headed Cane Award. Mr. Murphy.
Good morning, everyone. The Gold-Headed Cane Award was established on the campus of the University of Texas Medical Branch in 1960 by the late Dr. Charles T. Stone, a 1915 UTMB alumnus and longtime chairman for the university's Department of Internal Medicine. As the vice president for the fourth-year class, it's an honor to participate in the ceremony. You'll find the story of the Gold-Headed Cane printed in your program, but essentially, the Gold-Headed Cane Award is presented to the student in the goals of bringing the art and practice of medicine more prominently to our attention. And it's subsequently given to the student who, in the opinion of his or her peers, best exemplifies the art and practice of medicine. So now, will the 5 finalists please come join me on the stage as your name is called? Christine Allison Crumbly. Olivia Louise Nixon Hemel. Abhijit Satyajit Rao. Ryan Allen Shepard. finally, Allison Mary Zill. It is my pleasure to present the 2024 Gold-Headed Cane Award to Abhijit Satyajit Rao. Congrats, Abhi.
Congratulations, Avi. And thank you, Mr. Murphy, and congratulations to all our award finalists and recipients. It is now my pleasure to recognize the 2024 recipients of the Ashbel Smith Distinguished Alumni Award. This is the highest honor bestowed upon John Seeley School of Medicine medical alumni. This award honors exceptional service to the medical profession in memory of Dr. Ashbel Smith, a significant figure in Texas medicine, politics, and education. Since its inception in 1965, only 240 alumni have received this prestigious award. At a ceremony last night, our honorees received a miniature sculpture of Old Red along with a special certificate. Each of them was presented with a commemorative medallion bearing the likeness of Ashbel Smith. Please refer to your program for the full biographies of our award recipients. This year, 4 distinguished alumni were recognized: Dr. B. Hudson Berry, class of 1977, Dr. Richard E. Helmer III, class of 1971, and Dr. Harry Sarles, class of 1979, and Dr. Bobby Roten, class of 1970. Please join me in a final round of applause for our 2024 Ashbel Smith Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. Now it is my honor to welcome our keynote speaker, the person this class chose. Dr. Burke Thompson Bradley is highly respected for his long and accomplished career and his enduring commitment to training the next generation. Dr. Bradley is an anesthesiologist who earned his medical degree at UTMB in 1990. He completed his internship in 1991 and anesthesiology residency in 1993 at UTMB before entering into private practice. Affiliated with the Houston Methodist Hospital for the majority of his career, he has performed more than 37,000 general and regional anesthetic procedures. With skills and interests in high-risk obstetrics anesthesia, complex airway management, anesthesia care team management, multi-medical discipline cooperation, not sure what that is exactly, perioperative or safety and efficiency in our human resource practices. Dr. Bradley is currently a member of the Houston Methodist Anesthesiology Residency faculty, training first through third year residents with one-on-one experiences in the operating room, focusing on difficult airway management as well as basic perioperative anesthesia care. From 2008 to 2022, he has served as chief anesthesiologist for the ENT, ophthalmology, oral and maxillofacial surgery, and plastics, cosmetic reconstructive surgery service lines at Houston Methodist Hospital. In 2023, he joined the Face of Future Foundation as a sole anesthesiologist on a mission to Ukraine, performing 123 procedures on 35 injured soldiers over the course of 5 days. Let me run that back to y'all. Performed 123 procedures on 35 soldiers over the course of 5 days. He performed this critical work in an environment without modern equipment, medicine, or safety procedures. Throughout the experience, he also provided training to 3 Ukrainian anesthesia residents, and he plans to return back to the area yearly. We're excited to hear the impactful message he will share with our graduates today. So now please welcome Dr. Burke T. Bradley.
Greetings, family, friends, faculty, and the one and only John Seeley School of Medicine class of 2024. Welcome to your moment. Finally, you did it. From now on, 2 new letters will follow your name wherever you take it. You have earned the right to put them there, and I know you'll wear them well. Those gathered for you today watched you on this journey, and they are in awe of the commitment, the work, the passion it took to get you to this stage. So I will leave the proper congratulations to them. I instead will tell you, well done, and thank you. Because I know some different things. I know what inspired you. I know what keeps you going. I know what it's cost you. And I know what you're going to pay. And I know that your calling is to make a difference in this world. And I pray that you will. My generation of doctors was called to duty. That never really sat right with me, so I kind of went my own way. And as it turns out, I think you might like some of the things I have to share. But as I look out at you now, standing on the precipice of this amazing journey, I can see in your faces so many lingering questions. Like, who is this guy again, and why is he giving our keynote address? I don't know. It beats me. You know I'm not famous, right? I don't do research, write papers. I don't give lectures unless you make me. I teach residents, but I'm no professor. Well, not yet. I'm a horrible public speaker. And an even worse alumnus. I'm not going to be the general pretending to give you the 10,000-foot view of this battlefield. I'm a foot soldier, baby. 30 years in the trenches, and it's nearly 40,000 anesthetics on these hands. Anybody who tells you they know the future of medicine is simply lying to you. But I think I might know a little something about yours. Last year, myself and my wife, Amy, the born on the island nursing student I met my 3rd day here in 1986, made the first of now 2 missions to Ukraine to care for injured soldiers. A local media story got the attention of someone down here at UTMB who very quietly put my name on what must have been a pretty short list of potential keynote speakers, I'm guessing. I'm told I'm here because you picked me. Now, divining from that exactly what inspiration you thought I could share with you today was nearly impossible. Seriously, guys, what'd I do to you? And I guess I could have said no thank you and saved myself this impending embarrassment. But it's never been lost on me that I came from out of state, and I took a spot in the class of 1990 from a real Texan. And I have lived the best, biggest life ever since. So this Connecticut Yankee is forever grateful to UTMB and the state of Texas. So when it occurred to me this speech was my chance to both give back and pay it forward, there was no way I could say no. No chance I could phone this in, and no choice but maximum effort. And if you still don't think you got the right guy up here, then at least be intrigued. Somebody just handed the microphone to a Phi Beta. One of those Phi Betas. Hashtag all the stories are true. Well, here's what I came up with. I think that on your way to the big show, you had a good look behind the curtain. And I'm wondering if you're having some quiet doubts. That's okay, I did. If you're wondering whether making a difference here is still welcome or even possible. And then you heard about me running into a war zone to help strangers with my wife and literally everything to lose by doing so. And maybe you thought, wow, look at that old dude go. He's really making a difference. He must know something. Hey, let's make that guy spend 6 months writing us a speech about it. And you'd be right. I know we share two beautiful flaws. We will put up with nearly anything for the chance to make a difference. And we think everyone else feels that way too. Not so much. Interference from the likes of governments, third-party payers, hospitals, big pharma, lawyers, and now private investment are the noise that's drowning out our calling. I know that in Ukraine, all that noise disappeared. It was just me and my patients, and a fraction of the resources I was used to. Nothing but my conscience looking over my shoulder, nothing but my experience to guide my hands. And I know this, if you want MD to start standing for making a difference in the world, you're going to have to fight through this noise and take back your calling. You won't find it in Ukraine, I checked. But it is what led me there. Hope alone is not enough. So if you're serious about making a difference in the world, in 2024, you'll need to train and prepare. So if you'll indulge and forgive me, I have 4 last assignments for you. The first of which is by far the most important. If you don't attempt this, just don't pass go. And that is find your empathy. This calling will bring you a lot of trauma, and I am not talking about what's in the back of the next ambulance. You will see things you wish you could unsee. Maybe you have. You will hear sounds humans should not be able to make. Care for patients whose daily lives will haunt you for life. You'll cause more pain than you think you can undo. And you'll know a depth of fear, frustration, and failure you never imagined, that they never taught you to endure or even told you would come. And according to at least one anonymous test audience for this speech, apparently that just sounds like being married. To me. See, I didn't find that very helpful either. Fortunately, we humans are equipped to face these rare experiences. Unfortunately, we doctors have chosen to experience them frequently. When the emotional content of the situation would otherwise cause us to fight or freeze, we perfect the art of compartmentalization and stay in the fight. Disconnecting from those overwhelming feelings in the moment is a crucial survival tactic, but a very poor career strategy. It turns out those events don't go away just because we ignored them. They get stored in little psychic boxes and stay with us until we unpack and process the contents. The weight of unprocessed trauma manifests as detachment. Detachment is the opposite of empathy. It keeps us in a chronic state of denial and disconnection. It keeps the best parts of us unavailable to those who need us most. If you take away nothing else from this speech, let it be this. Empathy is the fountainhead of your calling, and you won't make one bit of difference in the world without it, a lot of it. Empathy is a superpower, and I guarantee you don't yet have enough. Because the high degree of empathy we require rarely comes naturally. And sadly, our training seldom teaches, models, or rewards it. Not for our patients, or each other, and least of all ourselves. So ironically, doctors tend to be especially bad at empathy. You don't believe me? Ask the patients. You have to fix that. And fortunately, the answer is right in front of you. The contents of these imaginary boxes are actually the empathy lessons of your calling. Think of them more as gifts and lean into the work of opening them. They are meant to teach and grow you as physicians. Our families, colleagues, and patients are deprived of every piece of us that we leave behind in those boxes, and so are we. You're going to need good people for this. Professionals if necessary, people who model the empathy you seek and who can keep you safe while you heal and grow. Me? I process this stuff through writing poetry and sharing with the people I trust. Above all, be kind and patient with yourself. And just remember, a caterpillar only goes into a cocoon so that no one hears the screams. Your second assignment, find your balance. Class of 2024, I think for the most part, you're Generation Z. I am literally the last of the boomers, and I got raised by all the wolves in Gen X. We are not the same, but I bet we agree on one thing, millennials, right? Yeah, but we do owe them a deep debt of gratitude. They normalized our profession's expectation that we should seek a better work-life balance. As human resources chief for my group, I was not a fan at first of this work-life balance nonsense. Young, energetic doctors rejecting partnership for fixed-hour salaried positions. They gave up income and prestige for family, health, and hobbies. I'm embarrassed to tell you, but frankly, I thought they were weak and lazy. And then I noticed they had a 0 divorce rate. They came to work happy. They went home happy. And they got more requests from patients and surgeons than my partners did. And the effect of life-work balance became undeniable. Unfortunately, patients in illness don't have set hours, and most specialties can't offer that kind of flexibility. Someone's going to have to work nights, weekends, and holidays. Making a difference in the world does tend to interfere with your personal life. Finding your balance point is hard, I'm not going to lie. By force of guilt and habit, this work will always take every bit of time and energy you fail to protect. In your residencies, your work-life balance will be assigned to you, devoid of your input. After that, you will have some choice in the matter. Use the next 3+ years to find your priorities. Let me save you some time with that. Your priorities need to be your family, your relationships, anything else that restores your soul. Whatever you call home must be a place for decompression, connection, and repair. To that end, you must preserve the proper time to recover, create a firm and safe place in your life to do it, and surround yourself with supportive people to do it with, or you will remain out of balance and neither effective at work or happy at home. If you try to live in between those two worlds, you will end up living in distraction and eventually burn out. Discord at home was always the first sign, and then it follows you back to work to amplify the stresses you failed to process. If you're going to make a difference in this world, you'll need to integrate and balance those two lives. And the best hint I can give you is you know you're doing it right when you're the same person in both worlds. Excuse me. Your third assignment, find the bedside. One of my favorite doctor memes, yeah, Boomer knows what a meme is, uses an old drawing of a doctor making a house call and holding an ancient stethoscope to a gravely ill patient's chest, and the text reads, "Being an old-timey doctor would rule, just making stuff up like. Yeah, I think you got ghosts in your blood. You should probably do cocaine about that." Old-timey doctors had a little to work with, but lots of one thing we rarely do. Time at the bedside with hands on an actual patient. That's what happens when you don't have to fight with insurance, meet production metrics, subspecialize in data entry, or sublet the back of your brain to some yappy little lawyer. But we have something he didn't have. The technology to diagnose and treat conditions he never lived long enough to even know about. We don't have to guess. Unfortunately, Both the bureaucracy and technology of medicine are now disconnecting us from the patient. Bureaucracy consumes our time. Technology distracts our attention, and I can't think of a better example of this than the EMR that somehow manages to do both at the same time. They remove us from the bedside literally and figuratively, and though we may insist we are giving state-of-the-art medical care, it's really not the kind of caring the patient can feel. To them, for the most part, they're still just hurting, scared, and alone. Does that sound like making a difference in the world to you? The poet Maya Angelou once wrote, "People will not remember you for what you do, but for how you made them feel." I wish I'd understood that earlier. Frankly, I hold my keynote speaker responsible for this. And I wish it hadn't taken until age 48 for me to be a patient myself and figure this out. But lying there in pre-op with a weak leg and my back on fire, this anesthesiologist was terrified of not waking up. Yeah. People who met me that day met me on my worst day. But you know who I remember? Not the surgeon who fixed me, not my partner who took care of me and kept me safely asleep. I remember the orderly who brought me a blanket. I didn't even know it was cold. I remember the chaplain praying with me, and I'm not a church guy. I remember the recovery room nurse stroking my brow and telling me over and over that we were done because she figured out how scared I was. I remember best the people who showed up to be present for me, more so than the ones who only had to be brilliant. So I realized that day that every day of my career so far, I had been missing the chance and obligation to be that old-timey doctor. I saw that my short time with the patient before surgery is my time to make a difference. I know what it's like now to lay there in cold sweat, existential terror, and paper clothes. And so leading with empathy is no problem at all. I know my patients are always having the worst day of their lives. And as much as they need my brilliance, they also need to feel heard, they need to feel known, and they need to feel safe. They need my presence. So more than just consent, I seek connection. If you want to make a difference in this world, you are going to have to find your way back to the bedside. And your last assignment, and this is the culmination of the other three, find the healer. Life is a terminal disease. I hope you've noticed that by now. That's why we're here today. Both in our celebration and your commitment. And that's why I'm here today, absolutely nailing this speech. I think when we measure ourselves as physicians by how well or often we cure people, we deny the beautiful truth of our own mortality. We set ourselves up for disappointment and burnout. Some of us will never clip an aneurysm, drain ascites, or even cure an infection, like me. Does that mean we're not real doctors? I mean, if this is how we insist on defining our work, it's more likely we abandon the patients and seek meaning or at least distraction in the process instead. But what if we began to see ourselves differently? What if we adopted the role of curator instead of curers? If we saw ourselves as the caretakers of health and life and not so much the enemies of death and disease? What if we finally understood our true charge as physicians is profoundly simple? You want to hear it? You're the only graduate in class that's going to hear this. Go out into the world. Get in death's way for a while. Know when to step aside. And get in line. What would we focus on then? Healing. The answer is healing. I came to tell you that the sooner you redefine yourself as healer instead of hero, the sooner you start making a difference. Because the choice to heal is always there. Sure, it's clipping that aneurysm every time, but I promise you, it's also getting that warm blanket for the patient yourself. It's resuscitating a patient from cardiac arrest, and it's going to the waiting room and spending all the time her family needs to understand what's happening. It's putting your cancer patient into remission, and it's taking your colleague out for a beer when their patient succumbs instead. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Dr. Bradley. Now, where do I sign up? Well, actually, I just wrote you that prescription. You see, when you cultivate your own empathy, seeing the opportunities to heal will come to you as naturally as breathing. When you prioritize your own spiritual and physical health, you will have the balance and the bandwidth for the work that healing demands. When you choose to focus on the patient, not the process, you build a connection where healing lives. And when you become the healer, you won't just find your calling, you'll become it. And you'll become the reason that in another 34 years, when one of you is up here, these seats will still be full. In a world of tall shelves and short limbs, we are uniquely blessed with the gift of height. So we stand and we reach, because we must. We reach up for the means to alleviate the pain and suffering of our fellow human beings. We reach down and lift up those with the audacity and the heart to dare join us. And we must never fail to reach across to brace a colleague who may be flagging in this fight. It is an awesome responsibility. This is a sacred covenant. It is a lifelong commitment to people you don't yet know, patients and colleagues alike, and to the ancient tradition that called you. If you were to view this like the vow of marriage, you would not be wrong. I hope today I have not led you to believe that making a difference in the world should be all about you. It's not. Or that it can be easy. It can't. My humble insights I proffer only to save you time and anguish, to keep you safe while you divine your own path. I'm sorry, but you have been called. And whether you've been called to become a healer, a teacher, a warrior, or the one who is all three, a mother, the one common feature is sacrifice, isn't it? It's why people will immediately respect you when all they know is those two letters follow your name. It's how they'll know it's safe to put their life in your hands. It's what's expected of you. As physicians, you are not God, nor should you play him. But however you define it, whatever you call the greatest good in the universe, please know this one thing well and true. When you do the work of healing, you are always standing in its love. John Seeley School of Medicine, class of 2024, thank you. It has been an honor. Good luck, Godspeed, and go make a difference.
I'll go. Thank you, Dr. Bradley, for that inspiring message and taking the time to be with us today on this momentous occasion. I appreciate you joining us today and would like to present to you this commemorative medallion. Thank you so much. Next, we'll bring Dr. Michael Woods, Vice Dean for Academic Affairs, to the podium.
It is my great pleasure to introduce our class speaker to the class of 2024, Ms. Allison Zill, chosen by her class for this address. Prior to attending the John Seeley School of Medicine, Ms. Zill earned a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences at Texas A&M University, where she graduated magna cum laude. At UTMB, she was inducted into the Alpha Omega Alpha Medical Honor Society. She has been the recipient of the Dean Henry Pendleton Cookie, MD Presidential Scholarship, the Robertson Smith Scholarship, and the Robert S. Treef, MD Memorial Scholarship. She is also inducted into the McGovern chapter of the Gold Humanism Honor Society and served on the selection committee. Among her many service and extracurricular activities, Ms. Zill served the UTMB Student Government Association as an elected School of Medicine representative and as a committee member. She also held leadership roles, including president in the UTMB Interprofessional Student Network. A significant portion of Ms. Zill's service during medical school has been dedicated to St. Vincent's Clinic, where she held progressive leadership roles on the Medication Management Committee, helping patients with their medication needs and training her fellow students on roles and responsibilities in the clinic. She has been involved in research activities throughout medical school with several poster presentations, and she gained valuable clinical experience as an acting intern in urogynecologic and gynecologic oncology at UTMB. Following graduation, Ms. Zill will begin her obstetrics and gynecology residency at Tulane University School of Medicine in New Orleans. We are excited for her future success. Without further ado, please welcome Ms. Allison Zill.
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction, and thank you everyone for traveling here to attend the commencement ceremony for the UTMB John Seeley School of Medicine class of 2024. 4 years have flown by, and I would like to take you all through the unique medical school experience of these graduates. We began medical school in July of 2020. In case you've forgotten, that was a short 4 months after the COVID-19 pandemic began. Medical school is incredibly difficult at baseline, and adding a global pandemic and social distancing to the mix made the transition to medical school that much more difficult. On top of the rigors of medical school, throughout the past 4 years, these students have endured a hurricane evacuation, statewide deep freeze, online preclinical classes, the transition to a pass-fail Step 1 exam, many class-wide COVID tests, and, of course, students who never learned to mute their microphones on Zoom. We've been through a lot together, and what helped us thrive despite all of these obstacles was the community and friendships that we built. Of course, medical school is academically challenging, and I would like to refresh our memories on what it took to get us to where we are today. We completed 2 years of preclinical courses, 1 year of clinical rotations, and then this last year consisted of acting internships, residency applications, and interviews. Over the years, we completed many exams, including NBME preclinical exams, shelf exams, lab exams, OSCEs, and 2 board exams. The amount of time spent taking all of these exams totaled approximately 100.2 hours, or 4.2 days. This statistic, of course, did not include any of the time spent studying, doing practice questions, Anki, or Sketchy. I commend these students in their ability to pass all of the benchmarks required to be seated here today and earn the title of doctor. And now that we all know about the academic and environmental challenges that these students faced, I'd like to address my classmates directly. At some point in your life, you decided that a career in medicine was the path for you. You might have come to this decision because of a personal experience with the healthcare system or because of a mentor who guided you. You might be joining a familial lineage of physicians or, like myself, becoming the first physician in your family. Whatever brought you to medicine, I hope you give yourself a pat on the back for completing medical school and closing this chapter in your life. Now I ask you all to turn and look around at your fellow graduates, your classmates, friends. These are the people who helped you fulfill your dreams, and you in turn helped them fulfill theirs. As one of the largest medical schools in the country, one might think it would be difficult to get to know each other personally, but I must say that is far from the truth. During our white coat ceremony, we stated, "Our colleagues will be our comrades," and I expect that statement to continue to reign true throughout our careers. We will always be the 2024 graduates of UTMB, and there is nothing we cannot do, except finding a parking spot on campus. And that leads us to today, graduation day. Many of these students went without a proper college graduation in 2020, making today's graduation that much more special. These students have accomplished something that many dream of and few achieve: becoming a doctor. As we now know, it's a tough journey with even more difficult times lying ahead in residency, but today is a day that we celebrate how far we've come. It is an honor to stand here and represent this group of intelligent, compassionate, and genuine people on such an important day in our lives. After knowing these students for the past 4 years, I can say without a doubt that their future patients are in great hands. To my classmates, keep working, keep dreaming, and just know that I am so incredibly proud of you and all that you've accomplished. Lastly, I leave you with a quote spoken by former Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. This quote has been on my mind since I decided I wanted to attend medical school more than a decade ago. And it is, "The size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. If your dreams don't scare you, they are not big enough." Congratulations to the University of Texas Medical Branch John Seeley School of Medicine, class of 2024. We did it!
Thank you, soon-to-be Dr. Zill. And now, class of 2024, the moment you've worked so hard for and your family has looked forward to, the awarding of diplomas. Man, that was kind of weak. Did we wear y'all out? Y'all tired in the end? Okay. Dr. Linda Phillips will read the names of the graduates. In order for the names to be heard clearly, please hold your applause until all degrees have been conferred and the graduates return to their seats. We also ask that guests please do not leave their seats to take photos. The doctoral hood to be placed on the shoulders of the graduates signifies their academic rank. The class of 2024 has selected 7 faculty members to conduct the hooding ceremony. These faculty members were chosen by the graduating class in recognition of their outstanding contributions to education. This year's faculty hooders are Dr. J. Patrick Harnack, Assistant Professor in our Department of Internal Medicine, Dr. Ruth Levine, Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Admissions, Dr. Alexis McQuitty, Professor in our Department of Anesthesiology, Dr. Anita Mercado, Associate Professor in our Department of Internal Medicine, Dr. Norma Perez-Raferson, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, Dr. David Reynoso, Assistant Professor in our Department of Internal Medicine, and Dr. Lucy Villarreal, Assistant Professor in our Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Now, will the members of the class of 2024 please stand? President Reiser, as Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, I would like to present to you the candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine who have satisfactorily completed the prescribed curriculum and who have been certified by the Faculty of Medicine for the conferring of the degree Doctor of Medicine.
By virtue of the authority vested by the law in the Board of Regents of the University of Texas System, I now confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Medicine with all rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations pertaining thereto, and I offer my sincere congratulations.
Graduates, you may be seated.
Will the graduates please come forward? Graduates will have their pictures taken with Dean Mouton while on stage, and again once they exit stage. These pictures will be given to them as a gift from the Dean of the John Seeley School of Medicine. Graduates wearing a green, white, and gold cord have been elected to the Alpha Omega Alpha Medical Honor Society. Members are chosen based on academic excellence, service accomplishments, and demonstrated professionalism. The Texas Alpha chapter of Alpha Omega Alpha at UTMB was founded in 1920 and is the oldest chapter in the state. Students wearing a gold cord are members of the Gold Humanism Society. They were chosen for the honor by fellow students based on their demonstration of excellence in clinical care, leadership, compassion, and dedication to service. You may see students wearing various colored cords. These cords represent completion of an area of scholarly concentration as designated in the commencement program. Today, 2 members of the class of 2024 will receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree concurrent with the degree Doctor of Medicine. The PhD degrees for these graduates were recognized at the UTMB Graduate School commencement exercises last month. To signify their completion of the program, these graduates were presented with a special medallion, which they are wearing today. Please step up. Dr. Christine Allison Crumbly. Dr. Olivia Louise Nixon Hemo. Dr. Abhijit Suyajit Rao. Dr. Ryan Allen Shepard. Dr. Allison Mary Zill. Dr. Selma Mahmood Abdurrahman. Dr. Melanie Shanae Eng. Dr. Evan Oganatega Akina. Dr. Thomas Albert Andre. Dr. Peace Nonye Anjaye. Anyeji, excuse me. Dr. Olivia Caroline Riaza. Dr. Joel David Batters. Dr. Shelby Page Bagby. Dr. Bisma Baloch. Dr. Tyler Christopher Bate. Dr. Nikita Batra. Dr. Jenny Patrice Nelson Belden. Dr. Arijit Bhuyan. Dr. Kimberly Christian Brandil. Dr. Darby Len Buck. Dr. Duke Hugh Fan Bowie. Dr. Emilio Cavazos Expozar. Dr. Abhilash Chilakamarti. Dr. Shivan Naresh Chakshi. Dr. Zachary David Kraust. Dr. Chelsea Elizabeth Chung. Dr. Joanna Yanya Chu. Dr. Madison Catherine Cluis. Dr. John Michael Coggins. Dr. Cassandra Carla Corona. Dr. Ray Samuel Cortez. Dr. Kristen Marul D'Angelo. Dr. Rachel Priyanka David. Dr. Christine Grace DiFilippo. Dr. Giovanna Della Tejera. Dr. Frederick Stewart Ditmars. Dr. Cynthia Anel Duarte. Dr. Rachel Ann Duncan. Dr. Sheena Andriel Duncan. Dr. Alexander Bovin Young. Dr. Shola Andrew Efajuku. Dr. Javier Enrique Arana. Dr. Emilio Fernandez III. Dr. James Robert Fisher, Jr. Dr. Mary Margaret Fitzgibbon. Dr. Alexandra Frances Flaherty. Dr. James Patrick Flaherty. Dr. Martha Thide Garcia. Dr. Danielle Rose Garza. Dr. Simon Preston Strouth Gall. Dr. Nathaniel Peyton Giles. Dr. Katia Dariella Gloria. Dr. Blake Benjamin Goris. Dr. Sriharika Reddy Godipolu. Dr. Lisette Carmen Gutierrez. Dr. Basil Hamway. Dr. Kaylee Faith Haney. Dr. Caitlin Ashton Harris Moe. Dr. Maria Hassim. Dr. Julia Elizabeth Hawes. Dr. Shaylee Nicole Hearn. Dr. Jacob Edward Herstein. Dr. An Viet Ho. Dr. Madeline Ann Ho. Dr. Tyan An Mai Huang. Dr. Samantha Michelle Hobbs. Dr. Keenan Harani. Dr. Pamela Christine Horton Embry. Dr. Lyndon Gengyin Huang. Dr. Stephen Tan Huynh. Dr. George Medhat Isaac. Dr. Shahani Mayuka Jayawikrama. Dr. Colton J. Jensen. Dr. Dai-Young Kelly John. Dr. Alejandro Antonio Hoglar. Dr. Natalie Chemnes Jonigan. Dr. Bryce Reed Johnson. Dr. Dominique Braille Johnson. Dr. Jasmine Lede Jones. Dr. Sai, please, thank you. Dr. Sai Abhinav Kama. Dr. Nishad Iqbal Karidia. Dr. Philip Howard Keys. Dr. Alex H. Kim. Dr. Niharika Koka. Dr. Victoria Andreevna Kushavarova. Dr. Alon Levi Kunik. Dr. Juno Christopher Kwan. Dr. Alexis Colby Lakata. Dr. Kennedy Christine Lepre. Dr. Sean Minjun Lee. Dr. Alexandra McKenna Lewis. Dr. Max Liu. Dr. Vanessa Liu. Dr. Jasmine Anna Lou Zarzuela. Dr. Arlene Michelle Lopez. Dr. Hannah Yu Liu. Dr. Sean Aaron Evan Andres Luna. Dr. Paul Luong. Dr. Jacqueline Gia-Wen Ma. Dr. Michaela Maria Dolores McKay. Dr. Presley Ashton Mackey. Dr. Vikram Jeet Singh Mahajan. Dr. Lajaw Nishith Mujmundar. Dr. Josa Alberto Maldonado. Dr. Victoria Ashley Margolis. Dr. Jessica Danielle Martella. Dr. Emma Laura Martinez Arellano. Dr. Monica Andriana Bania Martinez Martinez. Dr. Jonathan Thomas Matthews. Dr. Catherine Sanders McCormack. Dr. Justin Kevin McCormack. Dr. Madeline Bonnet McCown. Dr. Sheldon Avery McCown. Dr. Fabiola Lizette Medina. Dr. Cameron Alexander Mogadam. Dr. Robert Brian Molina. Dr. Fareen Amirli Mauman. Dr. Kunval N. Moman. Dr. Mathen Isaiah Moy. Dr. Israel Vladimir Munoz. Dr. Elizabeth Ann Ellison Murphy. Dr. Micah Samuel Murphy. Dr. Trevor Dean Nemeth. Dr. Luke Joshua Newton. Dr. Chelsea Tao Wynn. Dr. Kevin Tai Nguyen. Dr. Jacqueline Lay Wynn. Dr. Tien Gwen Winposana. Please. Thank you. Dr. Jonathan Keith Nelson. Dr. Megan Yama Afia Nikunsa. Dr. Jordan Earl Norman. Dr. Bradley Michael Nuss. Dr. Chukwudi Ebube Nwadi Audie. Dr. Grace Olalade Enyonam Obanigba. Dr. Ann Chinyenre Obi. Dr. Vanessa Jaileni Ochoa. Dr. Nicholas Osage Odiase, Jr. Dr. Amanda Elizabeth Ogden. Dr. Brandon Chukwuyalu Okeke. Dr. Chinidu Kinsley Odedba. Dr. Emmanuel Ifanyi Oyahelam. Dr. Brianna Gabriela Ortiz. Dr. Laura Vida Quito Paglikawa. Dr. Rupkaran Kaur Panasa. Dr. Akshar Baruth Patel. Dr. Melody Paul. Dr. Adnai Natalia Paz. Dr. Haris S. Peppermint-Walla. Dr. Tran Nauk Min Pham. Dr. Jonathan Baunam Phan. Dr. Fu Kong V. Phan. Dr. Sam Wedekin Postma. Dr. Mason Jalen Powell. Dr. Jayalakshmi Pulipalka. Dr. Julian Benjamin Quesada. Dr. Shruti Sai Ratchapudi. Dr. Yusuf Nizar Rafati. Dr. Mauricio Ramos Lozano. Dr. Andrea Caroline Rega.
Let's go!
Dr. Jordan Baylor Robbins. Dr. Joseph Albert Robichaud, Jr. Dr. Madeline Agnes Rock. Maite Rodriguez, Dr. Rodriguez. Dr. Patrick Stephen Rodriguez. Dr. Vivian Nicole Rojas. Dr. Elijah Miles Romero. Dr. Staley Ann Rose. Dr. Kushali Roy. Dr. Vishal Shathavilnathan. Dr. Farah Salim. Dr. Yara Badruddin Saman. Dr. Claudia Alexis Sanchez. Dr. Julissa Danielle Sanchez. Dr. Christian Seth Saunders. Dr. Sidney Foster Seavey. Dr. Quincy Holland Siegel. Dr. Julia Alejandra Sepulveda. Dr. Pooja Shah. Dr. Nasia Raha Sharif. Dr. Preston Lewis Simpson. Dr. Trey Randall Sledge. Dr. Jordan Keller Supase. Dr. Gabriel Lawrence Sperling. Dr. Vibha Sripadam. Dr. Courtney Ann Stewart. Dr. Taylor Abigail Strange. Dr. Chase Nicholas Taylor. Dr. Giannis Panayotis Teas. Dr. Rahil Hagas Tekeset. Dr. Pareen Harish Thakur. Dr. Sarita Tanadar. Dr. Claudia Elizabeth Thornton. Dr. Sophia DeKachman. Dr. Claire Elise Townsend. Dr. Henry Tran. Dr. Win Koi Tran. Dr. Viet Koi Tran. Dr. Veerain Jithendra Vasundana Dani. Dr. Caitlin Leslie Vilas. Dr. Elvia Lizette Villarreal. Dr. Alan Francisco Villarreal Risso. Dr. Bridget Ann Voorhees. Dr. Zachary Wayne Wade. Dr. Angela Nicole Newton Wagaspack. Dr. Charles Wong. Dr. Riley Gray Washaleski. Dr. Dustin Faye Watkins. Dr. Alexis Nicola Whalen. Dr. Rhett Douglas Wilkerson. Dr. Geraldine Sue Williams. Dr. Gillian Ann Wright. Dr. Tyler Wade Young. Dr. Emily Lily Zhang. Dr. Renee Elizabeth Zimmerer. Congratulations.
Okay, now the moment we've really been waiting for. Let's have another round of applause for the class of 2024. All right. Now, Dr. Victor Jackson will lead this year's commissioning ceremony. Dr. Jackson is the faculty sponsor for the commissioning of our 2024 military graduates and is an assistant professor in our Department of Internal Medicine. Dr. Jackson, would you please come forward?
All right, congratulations to everybody again. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and graduates. Welcome to the 23rd Annual Military Commissioning Ceremony. The commissioning ceremony is a time-honored tradition that signifies a new officer joining the professions of arms. This ceremony is a visible transformation from student to officers, as the commencement ceremony is a recognition of the transformation from student to physician. The oath of office is administered to the new officer, and they swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. As such, each newly commissioned officer becomes an agent of the state, the executive branch of the government, appointed by the President of the United States. The pinning of the rank is a visible sign of this appointment, as the commitment made by the officer. These physicians will be entering the proud service of their country as a military medical officer. The military medical services provide responsive and reliable health services and influence health to improve readiness, save lives, and advance wellness in support of soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, military families, and all those entrusted to our care on land, in the air, and at sea. This year, we have graduates who will be commissioned into the Air Force and Navy branches of our armed forces. Each graduate will be pinned by members of their family. I invite the soon-to-be captains, lieutenants, and their family to please come forward. Thank you. Dr. Jacqueline Marr will be commissioned as a captain for the United States Air Force. Dr. Amanda Ogden will be commissioned as a lieutenant for the United States Navy. Dr. Julian Quesada will be commissioned as a captain for the United States Air Force. Graduate, please turn and face the United States flag and raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jacqueline Marr.
Having been appointed a, state your rank.
Having been appointed a captain.
In the United States, state your branch.
In the United States Air Force.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support. And defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. That I will bear. True faith and allegiance. To the same. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations. Thank you. For the pinning of the bars, we have for Captain Marr, parents Dr. and Mrs. Marr. For Lieutenant Ogden, husband Judah Sentry and mother Catherine Ogden. And for Captain Julian Quesada, parents Mr. and Mrs. Frank Quesada. Let's spin the ranks. Another round of applause. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce Captain Marr, Lieutenant Ogden, and Captain Casada. Officers, you and your family members may now return to your seats. Please.
Will the doctors please rise? Dr. Christiana Rossellini, who is professor in our Department of Neurobiology, Microbiology, and Immunology and Internal Medicine, will administer the physician's oath to the graduating class. The gavel being used is made from the wood of the oriental plane tree, under which Hippocrates is said to have taught on the islands of Kos. It is a gift from the late Dr. Robert Cherry of the class of 1926. Dr. Rossellini, will you please come forward?
Hello, families and friends. Hello, doctors. I feel so good. Thank you very much for allowing me one more time, for the last time, to stand in front of you all together. It's an honor. It's really an honor for me. You remember when I was in front of you all together, when we started GAR? You remember that? I'm sure. And what a GAR we had, right? What a GAR. Talking about resilience and what you were able to do. Thank you very much for working with us. Thank you to our leadership that helped us make it go through. In between Zoom meetings, we were still able to meet in the lab. What an amazing experience. And you did it, guys. So now we are going to read the oath. I would really like for you to feel it as much as you can and to let these words guide your future profession. I would like for all of you to engrave it, these words, into your brain. Hippocampus, amygdala, remember? Long-term memory, right? Long-term memory. Very good. So I would like for all the family and friends, if you want to follow the oath, is on the last page of the program. For all of you, if you can raise your right hand, you are going to repeat after me. I do solemnly swear by whatever I hold most sacred. That I will be loyal to the profession of medicine and just and generous to its members. That I will lead my life and practice my profession in uprightness and honor. That I will lead my life and practice my profession in uprightness and honor. That into whatsoever house I shall enter, It shall be for the good of the sick to the utmost of my power, holding myself far aloof from wrong, from corruption, from the tempting of others to vice. That I will exercise my profession solely for the cure of my patients, and will give no drug, perform no operation for a criminal purpose, even if solicited, far less suggested. That I will deal truthfully with my patients, respecting their autonomy. That whatsoever I shall see or hear of the lives of men, which is not fitting to be spoken, I will keep inviolably secret. These things I do swear. And now, should I be true to this oath, my oath, may prosperity and good repute be ever mine. The opposite should I prove myself forsworn. Congratulations.
And next, I believe we have a selection from our beloved Syncope. And they will perform for us and ask the audience to please stand. America the Beautiful.
I'm a doctor now.
Thank you, Syncope. Before I call Chaplain Schindler back for the final benediction, I would like to remind you of a special event following the ceremony. The Dean's reception for graduates, their families and friends, and our faculty members will be held in the Floral Ballroom located on the second floor of this convention center. There will be signs to direct you to the escalators leading to the reception. I look forward to seeing you all there. Following the benediction, the audience is asked to remain seated until the faculty members and graduates have recessed out. Chaplain Slender, would you please come forward to give the benediction?
Thank you, Dr. Mouton. Would you please join me for the benediction? Heavenly Father, may you give grace and mercy to our graduates. Help them to remember the magnitude of their profession, that they watch over the life and health of others, that they help heal, that they give hope and comfort. May you help them to honor you, the work that they do, and the people they serve. May you provide for them as they continue to practice the art and science of medicine. Grant them your wisdom and insight. Surround them with friends and family to love and support them. May they know your peace and help them to be strong and courageous. Graduates, may you go forth into the world in peace, be of good courage, hold fast to that which is good, render to no man evil for evil, strengthen the faint-hearted, support the weak, help the afflicted, honor all men. Love and serve God, and may the blessing of God Almighty be upon you and remain with you forever. Amen.